It's the time to get down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Let's get down on the good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday.
Hey!
Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh! Good morning. Get up. Come to life. A new day. I know, it's great to be here. A new day, ladies and gentlemen, a new day. And here we are, Morning Coffee with Mario, and I'm so proud to be here. Gotta give it up and be thankful for the team that we have here. Give it up for my friend, my partner in crime, Victor Allen. Working over there.
How you guys doing?
You got work.
Cool.
Yeah, I gotta make the shorter applause.
I feel you, man.
Hey, but Vic,
Yeah.
I gotta acknowledge first off, first thing in the morning, that I walked out here and I took stock sort of almost immediately of some of the new setup stuff you did. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that opening shot and that shot that we were using so much during the pre-show,
Right.
that's the new camera. And Vic's been working with the new camera for a couple days now, so
Trying, man. You know how it is, man. You got to make it happen, and you got to test things.
that's
you
the
know.
shot. That's the shot, you guys.
Yeah, but they may not know the difference because, you know, for them, they're going, is it new equipment? And
It is new equipment.
It is. So, they don't.
It is new equipment. It is new
Right.
equipment because actually the whole thing, and we don't, at this stage in the game, I kind of buy judiciously. In other
Right.
words, to fill specific needs, we have enough things, and storage is an issue. So we don't just need to accumulate extra things.
Right.
But what we've been working on is improving some of the quality stuff. Easing our way. We eased our way right over the course of about 5 years to high def.
Right.
Right? We
True.
really did it. We actually did do it. At the
Right.
beginning, I was dreading it because of the cost.
Right.
But we actually did ease our way toward high def. And we have new cameras, and you've been working with it. And that's part of the stuff we're starting to showcase because, ladies and gentlemen, we are a two-man team.
Yep.
Two-man team with different focuses,
Right.
you know, and areas of you know, that are our areas. And so videography is sort of become one of Vic's. Now, here's the thing. I'm the tech guru, right? This is what shows you how we work kind of hand in hand. So, like, I'll research the camera. I'll buy the camera. But Vic works the camera.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I research the switchers. I come and talk to him about the switchers, and I get the switcher, but then he works the switcher.
Absolutely. And probably the thing that's more new is like right now, this shot. When you guys see this, I literally won't be talking to you this way. If you see me going like this, I'm actually talking to social media.
Oh, I don't have
So-
that mic
so-
on. What mic is that?
That's so funny.
Try it now. What mic is
So
that?
you guys can understand what we're doing here is the practice of implementing more and expanding and syndicating your content before you syndicate it out. So this look, when you see me talking like this, I will be talking to my social media, whether it's Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Big O Live, live.me. So if I come over and I start talking, you see me doing, because I'm talking to them, because it's important. Why? Because they always are in my back. So I just want to let everybody know that's all that was about, man. Just give everybody kind of a sense of what we're testing with and what we're doing, because I think you could do more with less. So most people are going to think this is more, but no, it's more with less. So we're just trying to see if we can, expand the horizons.
And yeah, because at least for the things that we do bring you, there's just was always specific issues. We sort of got the sound down, and we were just working on that. So thank you guys. We want some feedback. We want some feedback. Okay, because we got new stuff coming up. Anyway, so a lot of the new announcements you guys have to do with things that are coming. Alexa, drum roll. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Well, wrong effect. You get the point. Okay, and Alexa, sing Good Morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
That's right, because we got new shit coming up. You guys, the new format for Mac McAllister's pre-show. I know if you watched it this morning, the new video format, our brother continues to expand. Our morning coffee show starts at 10, but the pre-show starts at 9 with Mac McAllister and the whole new video format that Mac has produced over at the We Video setup, which I actually introduced him to years ago for the collab project. So now he's doing so much of that. So tune in early and watch that. Last week we delayed the premiere because of some of the stuff going on around here. We delayed the premiere of Music and Mary Jane. Well, we're looking to bring that this week. But we'll give you an update on the schedule, Friday schedule. We do know that the iVictor is going to be there, right?
Yep.
We do know that's going to be there, and expanding and changing format with that. But also that we'll be doing some different things starting around 7:30. It all depends. We're working on it, you guys. But thank people for tuning in. For our topics today, Vic, for me on the news, I'm going to be talking a little bit in the news segment about, the upcoming Showdown.
Right.
Because slowly we're getting closer and closer to a point where there's going to be the Showdown. And it really looks that the strategies are becoming clearer and clearer as the Republicans attempt to actually take on the FBI. And actually attempt to attack Mueller prior to him actually even uttering one public word. So we'll talk about that today in the news segment. In the Marijuana for Dummies segment, I'm going to talk about the new marijuana product trends.
Okay.
So people can know what's out there.
All right.
And again, my changing, I have to say that, you guys, my evolving opinions. And remember, I have evolving opinions about the use of these different marijuana products, but I try to make you really aware of my own biases. Because there are biases, Vic, and I explain each product. But again, why you may or may not, enjoy that product.
Absolutely, man.
So that's what I got. How about you for new sports and the hot picks?
A couple of things. The new sports, I found out that, one, the Super Bowl hype is not as, let's just say, it's not plugging. Why? Because the only topic they have to talk about is Tom Brady. Now, if you take Tom Brady away from it, all you have is analytics, stats, and the same damn comparisons. So which it says, this year, there are no personalities in football that they can surround themselves with and create backstories. That doesn't mean it's not going to be a good Super Bowl. But if you go from last week, 5.5 favorites to 4.5, how many times can you talk about that subject? So what I'm going to do is talk about ageless, I call it ageless phenoms, those who are actually delivering championships and titles even after the age of 35, knocking on the door of 40, because Tom Brady is already there. But some comparisons of some athletes who we may look back and say, I think they will even be a stronger game changer currently now, not those who've already retired. So we're going to talk about that as in sports. I'm not going to even get in too much into the Michigan State fiasco. I just think, I don't know where to begin. I'm just going to leave that one alone because I really don't want to spend a lot of time on stupidity, ignorance, and everything else. Hot picks. You're going to do a two-parter, a quick Grammy look only for who I call probably the hot pick as it relates to what they call the red carpet. What has happened since this new age, the year of the woman? A lot of conservatism. They're not doing the Lady Gaga outlandish outfits. All that is not part of it. It's permeating a different message. And let me also say that celebrations for those who are not used to seeing what they call the dance music Grammys show. It was emotional, Props to Kesha. I've never seen anyone perform like that vocally. I forgot about with the song because she let all of her emotion out and it was real. And also a Quiet Storm feature that I will be doing with Logic because of what he delivered on that show yesterday. And the main story for PiXX is the show called Star. That's featuring Queen Latifah. They are more than pretty faces. And we're going to go look at them and see. There'll be some line items there where you could say, who fits this line? They're more than pretty faces. I want to give props to Miko for turning me on to the show. It's been out for about a year or two. Just want to give more props to not just eye candy, but brain power. That's my hot picks, man.
Well, that sounds great. We got a lot this today and a lot this week. And tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Quiet Storm. And like you said, you're going to have this special feature during Victor Island's featured artist segment, a recurring segment in the Quiet Storm show that Victor brings every week. So people can look forward to that tomorrow night, the Quiet Storm, which goes live at 8 o'clock, 8 to 10 here at Pax Stereo TV.
Yep.
Man, so stuff is happening. So I want you to know that, okay, so the one thing I got to tell everybody, because I'm not sure how you guys take this stuff or whether you care, but I think you care because it's kind of what makes us different. Okay, you guys, is that, so the latest thing that I've been working on for the last 2 weeks or so are looking at different forms of artificial intelligence to add to our programming around here. Now, see, I know that sounds weird, but I thought this might even be a good time to tell Vic, because Vic will, we can remind you of the artificial intelligence we had previously, like Pleo, and I'll show you a little piece on that, our robot dinosaur. But now there's different stuff, Vic, and I'm adding it to the show and I'm playing with it. But there's a bunch of really nice stuff out there, and it's how we use it. So I have 2 new robots that are coming. They're actually twins.
Okay.
And I'm going to be somehow setting them up for in here during the show.
Okay.
Maybe we might have just have to set up a little table.
Right.
And give them room, but they'll stay on the table, the robots and stuff.
So what makes it different than the Pleos? If not that everybody knows what it is, though.
Well, what makes it different from the Pleo is that these are it's an expansion on that. They're smaller, more active. Okay, smaller, more active little robots that go around that at the same time have built-in Wi-Fi, built-in cameras.
Right.
Okay. They're taking on stuff and they're responding to you in a human-like way, like a little cat.
Okay.
Now, the Pleo did some of that, right? Remember?
Right.
But this is more busy about it.
Right.
It does facial recognition. So this little robot. So in other words, once we set it up to recognize your face, my face.
Right.
When we enter its environment, it's going to acknowledge you.
Okay.
Say hi, Victor.
Right. It's kind of a combination of the Alexa and the movement forward.
It's a continuation.
Right.
Well, as Victor, as you know.
Right.
And this again, there are certain decisions when you look back that you really go, that was a good decision. Okay, so I made a decision. Vic will tell you. I asked Vic about it, about how we should approach technology, because in my day, I thought it was to a degree of burden. If we buy certain technology, right, then we have to learn how to use it.
Right.
So this was part of that. Okay,
Right.
This is exactly another example of that. Alexa, how are you, Alexa?
I'm a little under the weather, but nothing a good game won't fix.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we use artificial intelligence around here in different ways because Vic and I brought, it's another one of those examples of things I bring to Vic and tell him this is what I'm thinking and then see what he does too. But then he starts to do different stuff. And then so I invest in it. So we added more echoes. Recently we added echo shows. For all of us, right?
Right.
Me, you, and Miko, right?
Right. That's
we
true.
have the echo shows, which is going to be a different way of interaction. We've had the echoes installed within all the systems around here. They're all around the house. So we're adding new stuff, you guys, because we're bringing it to the show. So if anything that Pax Stereo gets known for being innovative of, I want you to understand the way we innovate with technology. With my brother right there, Vic. So I'm about to bring Vic some new examples of artificial intelligence to be around and interact with us while we do it. I'm also designing a game. Now, there's another thing that I'm adding, and you're going to see us experimenting. Okay? The same people who do the artificial intelligence robots also do a road racing game. As even a Fast and the Furious version, where the cars actually drive themselves, but you get to try to shoot at the other cars. And it's an evolving technology. The cars have a full artificial intelligence and robotic environment. Again, these are some of the things I'm going to be showing to Vic. At the same time, looking at which game platforms we want to embrace.
Right.
We don't, because that's one of the things we talked about lately, Vic. You've been edging closer and closer, I guess, to the game platforms.
Well, yeah, I think I'm going to the philosophy of total interactivity, and that you can, you have to look at the community as it's going to move beyond the photo thing, where now everybody is trained to shoot photos, selfies, whatever you got. They're slowly trying to adapt the live streaming. Now, the live streaming universally, that people practice that or not. Where do you go after that? And I said, well, the video game world, until you get way, way beyond, where you just have this whole thing that your home and wherever you go is a mindset away from you having the power to self-entertain, and then also incorporate it around people where it won't be this wedge between, are you a video game enthusiast or not? Part of what you're doing is almost like a video game. Your world will be surrounded about that. And so to me, I'm already thinking of how those adaptations are taking place, because if you go 20 years ago, what are you doing now that you didn't do then?
Well, that's part, again, already you got that philosophy for the new technology. You know, I'm bringing some video. Okay, you know, I'm bringing some artificial intelligent racing, some artificial intelligent robots for us to play with. And so we're going to be able to videotape it all. There's people who are videotaping it out there. We're making, of course, these elaborate tracks that go all around. So, but it's how we use it that's still to be determined, and how we bring it into the show environment. Just like the games. That one I'm going to really wait for you. You know, we're going to look at the games because we have to make a platform decision. And that's based on a bunch of other stuff. Yeah,
the challenge is going to be staying original, because we do know that the part that this community thrives off of the corporations and the products developed and created by them, and that they're going to be taking a hard stance on making sure that nobody connects to the utilization of their content or their platform. So it's going to make it unique to see how you could approach the uniqueness of incorporating that philosophy. But everybody knows corporations go, we set the standard that people like to coattail from. They like to somehow use a reference to what we're doing. And so since they're protecting that and they're evolving, and you look at YouTube and how they're going, they've already said, create your own content. They're already promoting, don't tag, don't link to anything else. Be creative yourself. Don't use anything else, even as a link to or a reference to. Be creative. That's what they're looking at for the money.
Well, so you're going to see our efforts in these directions. In the upcoming weeks, in the upcoming times, you're going to see the things that we're doing. Got to acknowledge, too, Vic, some of the folks tuned in at Facebook. Vince Cortese's in there. Cool. What's happening, Vince? Cool. Hope you're feeling good, my brother.
Same.
Mac McAllister, getting younger every day. PMC, Phil Cuthbert up there in Pittsburgh, along with Scott Hill and Marvin Speller. They're right there saying they're in the... Cool. So got to acknowledge some of the folks. Hey, you guys, you're going to be seeing ads. We're seeking individuals to join us on certain kinds of shows. And you I bet you have your own opinions, like, as to what we should have. So we're going to be looking for, I think, intelligent, I would love, my dream co-host is a female that's gorgeous and intelligent, political, and funny. And so, who knows? And I say that because we have guys. If we add guys, you guys, it'll be more, it's already male flavored. We need to fill in some other flavors and also some other ethnic, some ethnic diversity would be okay too. So we're going to be looking for people, some hosts. It's hard for people. So if you're on Facebook, you might see us approaching, people for co-hosting opportunities. Eric Griffin's on there, Vic, and he said he's got some kind. Well, that's what we're seeing. Okay, can I ask for opinions and not actually? That doesn't mean I'm committed to doing those things, but I'm definitely seeking the opinions. And I'm going to be kind of getting those together. We're going to discuss all of that and actually weighing in with the community. So those of you who have opinions, I'm actually going to, if you don't mind, gather those in a kind of a public way. So we can show the people and have the choice. But we know that we need some co-hosts. We know that. And I'm just thinking young. What would you guys do? You got the representative brothers with the political flair here, but we need to have, some other things. I really think we need to have a female presence, and we need to hit some female topics. And to tell you the truth, sometimes I say stuff, I don't debate this stuff or discuss this stuff with Vic necessarily, but I think we need to have some gay representatives, transgender representatives.
Well, it all depends on what you're doing. I think
to get the right kind of person. You just can't get it just because for the sake of getting it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll use the argument that it's not an argument. It's not necessarily about just content. I get people, and I have to explain to them and say, look, I get a lot of people say, you should let me on the show, do this, do this, do this. I said, there's a difference between you endorsing what they call a spiritual conscious message because you want to do that. There's a difference when somebody says, so what are you selling? Because that's what's happening. What we do here is because somebody was supposed to buy it. Or else we're just doing this because we ain't got to worry about anything else. We're totally successful, money in the bank, and we're cranking it out. And it's like a successful individual who goes into painting. They've done their achievements. Now they do that painting, just stroking their creativity. So I think the part that's more important here is it's not just about at least the diversity as it is that somebody says, look, you have something that people want to buy. And then when you stand behind that, you're not coming through as just a guest to be on the show. You're now a partner and a collaborator. That is more important to me because guests, I can get guests all day long on the show. But what are you selling? If I had to bring somebody in here, in which we have people looking, saying, what are they about? A show? What are they doing? Nonprofit? What are they doing? That's the question we are asked all the time. So it may look like we're not doing guests as much. It's because we could not sell what they were enterprising.
Well, you know what? I just had that conversation with my friend Annie about what we represent. Because she never thought, these are your friends now.
Right.
And you have to explain it to them, which really demonstrates to you that you have to explain it to the world. So these are the people that we care about.
Right.
And so we're explaining to them who we are. So you guys, write to us. Let us know. Know that you're supposed to struggle to me when you are pioneering in these kind of areas because the issue is what information you represent. And know that I struggle with that. We do crazy stuff, funny stuff, musical stuff. Monday, this thing is the news, the topics, the political discussions. But that's the question. What should your programming consist of? And do you want to entertain or inform? That's the question. See, and it's one thing when you have the opinion, then when you're asked, what would you do? And see, having that discussion with my friend, she would recognize that. It's one thing when you think about what the other people would do. Because you tend to have two opinions. Then you start to think, what would I do for me? And so we have to decide that. Do we educate? Do we inform or do we entertain? And I know everybody's going to say you could try to do all of them, but remember, as an independent programmer, how do you do that? That's the discussion I was having with my friends. And also when I was talking about some of the upcoming shows we're going to do involving the toys, the artificial intelligence stuff, the weird stuff. It's different kinds of stuff, but what do you do to gain that viewership? So I'm just saying, write us, let us know, you guys. And if you know somebody, because that would be a good co-host, because it takes a person who they have to have a kind of an agenda. If they don't have agenda, we don't know why they would be doing it. Maybe that could happen. Someone could just wander in, but usually we think it's a person who has an agenda, something they want to say, something they want to do, a product they want to sell. And they want to go at the world and try to build an online presence. So that's what we represent. If you know somebody of that ilk, let us know. Because Pax Stereo, we looking for them. I need like a fine co-host, a fine, exotic, intelligent. I need to borrow a Miles Clooney. You know what I'm saying? For a minute. And there's some wonderful sisters out there too. I'm seeing people from different backgrounds, all different backgrounds, Latinas, Asians, commenting on these political things. And so I'm just saying, you're going to see me reaching out. I'm going to try to get us up. Okay, the latest. Every week we get to do a slideshow animation, and I have the latest slideshow animation, which I actually did just this morning. Just this morning, Vic, featuring the latest pictures so it's this morning's slideshow animation. I just did it. Take a look, and we'll be right back. Yes!
Since I spoke to you, and I know that there's no rhyme or reason to what you put me through. So I take your promises and all the memories, and I play them back 'cause I can't breathe. But you are so captivating, and you to my dream. You are the only reason, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak. And you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my dream. You are
Jose Venegas Superfans. That's what I call him. Brought me a scarf. Look at me go, working out. Working them hips. Give her credit. Empowerment. Dealing with the everyday issues that are real. That's us. Pax Stereo. Give me some love, Jose. And he's just as wonderful as he appears in these pictures. What a spirit. There are those kind and friendly spirits out there.
And I know if our pieces when you speak.
Yeah. Slideshow animation. Yeah. Weekly. Yeah, sneaky snack. Hey, Vic, so the communications coming through from Facebook are kind of good. Like we mentioned about needing, the co-host, good friend Vince Cortese, the handsome, dashing one. I know you like that, Vince. He said he was recommending a lady, Phaedra Frieden, a Bitcoin genius.
Yeah,
Greece.
I just tweeted that out. Thank you, Vince. That was a good look and a good suggestion, bro. I mean, I love the stance you take, because many people don't know Vince has been ride or die with us going way, way, way back. When I say way back, where we were basically going, hey, diversify your groups. We've already been in
He was a natural fit. It's one of the people when they walk in, your energies connect.
Well, yeah, and
he and I liked each other from the beginning.
He played a role in being part of shows. There's a difference in being a guest when you want to sit back and say, let me get interviewed. We've had those years of interview, but when Vince was here, it was not an interview. You were having fun. It was engagement. It was nobody really hosting as much as you participating. And those days, I want to give Vince props to him, because he's the one that also brought us Warren Sapp, okay, and Huffington Post. You know who I'm talking about, man. So a lot of the history with Vince, if you guys don't know, he's been here. So he's been like a gatekeeper without being at the gate. Big ups, man.
Wow. Well, thank you, Vince. We're going to follow up on that. I'm trying to think, I'm having the squirrels in the shit today, you guys.
What?
In other words, when my stuff stops working or doesn't want to work, and I'm going, what are you doing? So you never know with those Windows updates. We're going to be coming right to the news. And there's a lot of news to come to, Vic.
Right.
Because, these days, there's always a lot of news. The president makes a never-ending dialogue. So once I get this piece closed, then I'll see if I can get that.
Well, you can always just let them know you have more than one task at hand. And typically, what you're telling everybody is that when you operate through Windows, you're having the dropouts. The apps sometimes close off, and that's what he's usually going through.
Yeah.
You got to act quickly. And the good thing about it is having those multiple feeds, so you're not living or dying it for the most part. But where you're at is kind of important, because that particular computer, yeah.
Well, just for the show stuff.
It's just for the display. It doesn't affect the engagement. We have multiple streams, got all that stuff going on there. So, just let them know what you're going through. Wait till we get that camera shot where you can actually see him plugging away the screen. Yeah.
What I'm fixing stuff.
You have to do it, man.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. It's almost done. I got it almost done, you guys. That is the unusual thing about doing this when we have, in the evolving world of internet television, the part that everybody's going to hate is that you have to wear too many hats. And you have to do it live. I fix stuff while we're on air regularly. I mean, regularly. Because it just gets to be that way. So and finally, here it is. I've got it. We're ready for the news. There we go, Vic. We're ready.